Hey y'all. I'm curious. I don't watch a ton of live ASMR. But Jonathan Gibson, hi friends. I still owe you a headshot. I haven't forgotten. The Alpha AG. Hello. So I am wondering, for those of you who do watch a lot of live streaming ASMR, is there always like an awkward period of about 5 minutes of like checking in? And there's so many people already. Mr. Mohawk, Dog Planet, HMP Video Archive, J. Franklin Evans, hey buddy, James Baker, holy moly, Matt, Global Flyer, Sky Drums, Red Willow, hi. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Marina. Hi, Jenny. Hi, ASMR Eliza. Y'all should subscribe to ASMR Eliza if you haven't already. She's wonderful. Jonathan. Thank you. Jonathan, I'm going to use this stream to just talk directly to you for a second. If you have a particular picture that you have in mind that you would like me to use, feel free to message me or email me and let me know. Jonathan is a patron of mine, and he's really wonderful, and he asked me for a signed headshot a while back, which is really sweet, but I've just never done it before, so I keep kind of kicking the can on it. Let's see. Eliza and Jelly. Oh my god, of course they like each other. Of course we do. Eliza and I had this really cool sort of circle of admiration where I had been watching a lot of her videos. A few viewers had recommended her to me. I absolutely loved them, and I made a video inspired by her work, and then she sent me a message letting me know that she had seen my videos and she was inspired by my work, and that was my heart feels very full just thinking about it. Okay. Let's see. Remember to post on Twitter that you are streaming. Hi, Anna from Costa Rica. Okay. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and take that advice and post on YouTube that I'm streaming. I'm afraid I'm going to touch something that's accidentally going to end the stream. Okay, so I'm going to copy. And I'm going to go to Twitter real quick. Hopefully y'all can still see me. Live. Hangout. Control V. Command V. Okay, and I have to respond to another tweet because one of my friends on Twitter, Hey Oz, specifically posted something earlier tonight saying that I should live stream more often. So that was the inspiration for doing this. Okay. So it has been a really long time since I've done a live stream. Real quick, how's the volume? I know I've probably got to get in close here. How's the volume right now for everyone? Hi, Baton Rouge. Someone says, who are you? I'm still figuring that out. Okay, good volume. Okay. All right. Howdy from formerly Austin and now Seattle. Not you. Hey, not you. Who has been very, very kind to me. I am currently in Austin, and I've never been to Seattle. Pacific Northwest is high on my list of places I'd like to travel to. The volume is voluminous. Perfect. Okay. So it's been a really long time since I've live streamed, and my recollection is that the experience usually goes like this, in that I am really nervous leading up to it, and then it winds up going on way longer than I expected to, like hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Oh, we have about 64 viewers right now, and that's great. The girl with that face. Hi, friend. I'm seeing so many familiar names right here. Your name is Brian. I don't think I knew that. Multiply by width. Very good. Oh no, stuck at home with COVID. I'm sorry. Dale D. Hi. That's a name. That's someone who's been commenting on my videos for a long, long time. Okay. How is the nose, my dear? For those of you who don't know, I had some surgery on my nose a few weeks ago. I had a deviated, like a wavy septum that was corrected. And I had my turbinates reduced. You can Google it if you're curious, but it's basically just meant to help me breathe better. Hi, Greg. Victoria Brown. Hello from South Korea. Okay, so this is the other thing. Oh, so my nose is doing really well, thank you. I can kind of finally start mashing on my nose without it being super painful. My short review of surgery on my nose is that it was more painful and the recovery took longer than I expected. So it was a little more miserable than I was expecting it to be for longer than I was expecting to be. But so far it's been super, super worth it. It's been a huge difference in how I'm breathing and sleeping so far. Avoiding kick punches to the nose. I didn't for a while. Again, for those of you who don't know, I have 3 young children. And part of being a parent is you just, it's kind of a, when you say full contact sport, you get kicked in the face sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to look away from the comments for a second because I just kind of want to get set up here and then I will look back at the comments. But I wanted this to just kind of be a casual hangout, kind of like a cozy little sleepover feeling. I wanted to do a Q&A. I've been planning on doing a live stream for months now. And a while back, I had asked my Patreon patrons to send some questions for a Q&A, the plan being that I would do their questions first, and then depending on how we're doing on time, I would open up questions to y'all. So in a little bit, once we're kind of settled in here, I'm going to move on to that phase. I'll do the Q&A. And after I've gotten through my patron questions, I will open up the questions to you all. And as I think I started to say a few times, what tends to happen with these streams is that I get sort of distracted and I'll stop mid-sentence because I really don't want to miss anyone's questions or comments. But I don't know how many of you have done live streaming, but it can be really, really tough to catch all the comments and questions and stay focused on what I'm saying. So please keep in mind that if I'm not responding to your question or your comment, I'm very sorry. It's not because I don't care. It's just because I'm struggling with my focus here. So here's the plan. Okay. Um, we're going to get settled in for, let's say, about 5 more minutes. And then I'll move on to the patron questions. And then I'll open it up to you all. And let's just kind of make a deal here, which is that I'm going to try and respect your comments and questions the best I can by periodically checking and then trying to genuinely focus on my response. Because if I try and catch every comment and question, then I wind up not being able to focus on answering the comments and questions. Does that make sense? Um, so if you've asked a question or said something that you wanted me to see and it seems like I didn't notice it or I'm not responding, please try again. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times for me to see it. I have an itchy nose now. I'm so sorry. I'm also going to give you a heads up that I have this right here. And this is my daughter's little lunch bag. Oh my gosh. I forgot that was a thing. Thank you, George. Hype. I love the hype hippo, is that? So this is full of like ice packs because it gets very, very warm in this booth. Part of it being soundproof is that there's not a lot of ventilation in here, and there are lights. And I'm actually already wearing a big ice pack that's wrapped around my waist. So throughout the course of this live stream, I'm probably going to periodically be taking ice packs and like stuffing them in my shorts and down the back of my shirt. I'm just trying to stay comfortable and not too sweaty. Okay, I'm going to try and get back to the comments and questions here for a second. This probably isn't going to be a super trigger heavy stream. We might get into that later on if we stay on long enough. It's mostly going to be Q&A and Hangout, I think, but I'll try and keep it soft-spoken. I can normally, in real life, be kind of excitable and loud, but I'll try and avoid that. Okay. Oh man, I missed so many already. All right, my nose is doing well. Still cute as a button nose. Yeah, I feel like my nose doesn't look any different, which I'm really happy about. For all the ways I can be self-conscious, I'm perfectly happy with my nose, and I know a lot of you are very attached to how it looks because I ask you to look at my nose a lot, and I was hoping it wouldn't look any different. I don't think it does. The girl with that face, can I ask how you and your kids are doing? You can ask. Thank you. Me and the kids are doing great. Happy, healthy, functional. Hi from Canada. Okay. I'm a lurker since I'm shy, but I've been watching your channel for a very long time. Excited I got this. I'm excited that you're here, Kay. I am excited that you said hey, even though you're shy and a lurker, because I totally get that. And I appreciate that you were brave enough to say hey so I could say hey back. Now new music. Sorry to hear about the surgery pains. Thank you. I had a very grumpy week and a half there, so but I'm doing a lot better now. Anna is in the middle of finals right now. Good luck with that. I know that could be exhausting. Hello from Peru. Alonso, I recognize you. I didn't know that you were from Peru. I don't think. I love you, Sleep Mom. I love you too. Hey, the golden JP comes together. Hi, Matthew. Yeah, you've got the pillows. Yak Nose. Good to see you. Have we got someone from every time zone? Jelly bean gold. I have a DP tube. I'm hesitant to get it fixed because I might not like the way it'll look afterwards. Yeah, so for what it's worth, I think mine looks exactly the same. There was a week or so where it was, like, pretty swollen looking, but 95% of the misery part surrounding that getting done was just, the swelling and the recovery. It was all, like, internal stuff. I will say that if any of y'all have young children or dependents in any way who are, maybe kinda physical with you, if you're gonna get this surgery, I would recommend making sure that you have a full week where you don't have to care for those dependents, because that was tough. I didn't prepare properly. Hi, Marcos in Brazil. I do so much. OMG, can you guys believe she missed a comment from you? I'm assuming that's a joke. Have you worked in the medical field before? Your med role plays are so accurate. Um, can you ask? I gotta honor my patrons by doing their questions first. Please ask that question again later. Oh, Jared. Oh, Jared. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I very luckily haven't lost either of my parents yet. I can only imagine how hard that is. I'm sorry, Jared. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms here. Thank you, Craig. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Should I give up on trying to catch up? All right, I'm going to scroll a little faster and then we'll move on. Hello, Timothy. Oz is here. Oz, is it okay if I call you Oz? I see your handle as Nick. What do you prefer? Please let me know. So cute. That is so cute. Super cute. Oh my gosh. I'm sleeping to go back to bed. Sweet dreams. Don't worry about the ones you miss. Are your ears getting... My ears are like all better. They're fine. I went through the whole... I was very dramatic about it. I went to, a specialist and did a whole series of tests to make sure that my ears were okay. And they're good. My ears are absolutely fine. It was kind of scary and miserable there for a while. For those who don't know, I got sick. I had double ear infections a while back, and I lost a lot of hearing in both my ears for a while. Gerard de Guayo. Hi, friend. I'm so happy to see you. There's someone who's been very good to me for a long time now. Hello, Phoenix. Hi in Scotland. What's up, babe? How's your night going? My night's going very well, thank you. Whispering in Blue. That's so funny you would mention that. Do me a favor and ask about Whispering in Blue. If you're not still here, someone else ask about Whispering in Blue later. Thank you, Red Willow. Thank you. My youngest cat does not understand the spoon there. Oh no. The juice. Okay. I think I have to give up on... Oh no, I'm pretty close here. Name. Does the fan base have a name? If it's all right with all you, this is a really tough thing to talk about because I don't want to, that's something I've wanted to avoid. Again, maybe ask later. I'm going to just try and catch up and then I'll do questions from y'all in a little bit. This one guy had surgery for his deviated septum. A few days later, he pulls a string out of his nose. I have a story about that if you want to bring it up again later. Thank you for wishing me a happy Mother's Day. Yes, look in the cam. Looking. Hi in Dallas. JB. Hi Lazarus. Tympanic membrane. Quebec. Hello, hello, hello. I'm a single father of 3. I know. You're also a single parent. You have my respect, my love. Oh, well, you have my respect too. Man, I'm so glad that I'm able to help you sleep. I'm so glad to hear that I get to help anyone sleep, but anytime another parent tells me that I'm able to help them sleep, it like hits me in a special way, if that makes sense, because I know how much it means to me. Hi, Ian. Signal the left ear. Hi, Matt. Okay. Rude gerbil. Hey, friend. Okay. Okay. I think I'm caught up. I think I said I was going to start the question section a while ago. Desk mark. You help me sleep almost every night. I have a rotating set of videos I sleep to every night. Otoscope for the wind. There's another person who has been especially kind and supportive for a very long time. I'm really happy to see you. Also a fellow Texan, if that's okay for me to say. Hi, Allie. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to try and exercise a little discipline here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to the Q&A section. I'm like kind of having to lean forward awkwardly to get the volume right. Okay. So I have my phone right here. I am not looking at the comments right now. I am going to, I'm gonna go through my patron questions and I'm gonna answer them. I'm not gonna be looking at the comment section right now, so I can focus on the questions. Once I get through those, I will start looking at the comments again. For anyone who comes in midstream and is leaving comments after this point, any of you can feel free to let them know JB is not looking at the comments right now. She'll get back to us in a little bit after the patron questions, okay? So I'm not even gonna try and catch up. I'm not looking now. I'm gonna go through the patron questions, and then once I get through those, I will start paying attention to the comment stream again, okay? Okay, cool. So let's see here. Oh no. You know what I did? I got this carbonated water, and now I'm gonna have to like burp occasionally. Okay. Here's a little test that we're gonna do all together. I'm gonna put this on mute, and I'm gonna let my little burp out, and you're all gonna let me know whether or not you heard it. Okay? Did you hear that, or did I successfully hide it? Okay. All right. And friend, real quick, Nick, Oz, if you answered my question, I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. Can you just tell me real quick? Do you prefer if I call you Nick or Oz right now? And then I'll move on. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll wait a second. Jonathan, are you going to bed? Good night. Nick or Oz is good. Okay, I'm just going to say Oz if that's okay. So just so you all know, Oz made a comment on Twitter earlier tonight that I should stream. So you can thank them. Ta-ra. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll through and find the patron questions because I didn't have them already ready. Because what kind of person would I be if I had them ready to go? A prepared person? Pfft, not me. Okay. So this is something I posted for my patrons back in November. I'm so sorry, y'all. Back in November, I asked for Q&A questions, so you can keep that in mind. All right. So first, from Jim, and just a reminder, I'm not going to be looking at the comments for a little while, and I'm not going to try and catch up, but I'll start looking again after I get through these patron questions. My question from Jim: did you get vocal training? So yes, I did a little bit. I was really into singing and theater when I was in junior high and high school. So while I was in high school, I did a lot of musical theater. I also took voice lessons for singing, and I was in high school chorus and some uh, special extracurricular singing stuff. Um, so with my high school voice lessons, which were over 20 years ago now, yeah, over 20 years ago now, I had some vocal training in that sense. And then when I went to college, I majored in theater performance with a minor in creative writing. So, I have something on my lip. So when I was in college, I did do a number of different vocal training type things. I wasn't so much singing at that point. I actually have really bad singing stage fright, so that didn't work out so well for me. It's still something I'm working on. But as part of my acting program in college at university, there definitely was a lot of vocal work. So it wasn't super intensive. It wasn't as intensive as someone who maybe might have gone to, I don't know, a more intensive program. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a conservatory, or someone who is specializing in singing or voice work. But I did get more than the average person as far as vocal training goes. But for the most part, doing voice for ASMR is its own thing in a way. So that has been fun to play around with and explore as I do it. It kind of has its own quirks. Like there are certain sounds that sound especially good in ASMR videos, and there are certain ones that don't so much. There's all this stuff, whisper versus soft spoken. And so I would say that I've used my past vocal training from a long time ago to inform the way that I use my voice in my ASMR videos in a lot of ways. So it's been a support. It's been helpful. I'm really glad for it. But in a lot of ways, the way I use my voice now has been just a lot of trial and error. And yeah, I'll cut it off there. That's why these things can go for so long, because I could just talk about any of these. I hope y'all like tongue clicking, because I'm going to be doing it between. Alright, so John asked, how are you? It's been a rough few years for some of us, and I just want you to know, I just want to know if you're okay. I'm sorry, John, I just butchered your question. John said, how are you? It's been a rough few years for some of us, and I just want to know if you're okay. So as a reminder, this was asked way back in November. I'm doing really well. I am still dealing with a number of life challenges. I still deal with anxiety. I'm not currently struggling too hard with anxiety or depression, but those have kind of been lifelong things for me. So even when I'm doing well, it's something I have to think about or at least keep in the back of my mind. Um, so this is just kind of a like full disclosure part that I don't know if I'll ever be someone who's just kind of like coasting in life. Um, but in a lot of ways, I've struggled with, for so much of my life, I've struggled with so many health issues and mental health issues, and it's all connected. I would say the past year or so, um, past year or two, in a lot of ways, more and more, I'm feeling like it's the happiest and healthiest and most functional and balanced I've been maybe in my whole life. And there's been a lot of hard work that I've put into that. Um, Medications, programs, therapy, uh, a lot of work. But also, I'm very lucky with my circumstances. I'm very lucky to have the job that I have. I have some really wonderful people in my life. I'm not going to get into that too much. The point is, I'm doing quite well, and thank you. And John asked a second question. Would you ever consider doing a sleep hypnosis slash guided relaxation role play in the future? And yes, I sure would consider that. I love hypnosis, ASMR especially. I love hypnosis videos. And it's been something I've been interested in doing more on my channel. It's actually even something that I've been really interested in getting additional training in. Uh, I'm not really sure what kind of certification there is out there for hypnosis. It's something I need to do more research into because I feel like with hypnosis, it's just close enough to the realm of like professional mental health therapy that I get a little bit nervous because if I'm doing a role play where I am like a crystal healer or, an optometrist or something like that, I feel comfortable enough that there's a defining line between, um, the role play and reality. Whereas when I do hypnosis, not so much guided relaxation, but hypnosis stuff in my videos, I feel like I'm starting to toe the line a little bit with professional level stuff. So that makes me a little nervous because I, I, I take your well-being, all of you, very seriously, and I want to be careful about playing around with that kind of stuff if I don't really know what I'm doing. So that has been something that I've been meaning to explore more and am interested in actually getting further training in so that I can do it with y'all in a way that is safe and informed. And like I said, hypnosis is something that I really enjoy. So that is a yes. Um, but I want to learn more about it before I do much more. Okay. So, Emily D, her question, it's kind of a two-part thing. She says, how much are your videos scripted and how much are they ad-libbed? Um, I'm checking to see if I have any of my like little outlines or scripts on hand, and I don't think I can get one without it being really noisy and annoying. But some of my videos are almost entirely improvised. I'll go in with just kind of an idea, where I'll be like, I want to do a, Reiki healing video or a just caring friend role play, something like that. So for some of them, I can go in with just kind of a concept and generally improvise the whole thing. With most of my videos, there is an outline where I will just kind of have sort of items that I want to hit, where it'll be, like eye exam, uh, ear exam. This is very broad. It'll have kind of like these specific points that I want to hit, so I'll reference that. And here's a trick for any of you content creators out there. One of my favorite tips is to have an outline and print out 2 to 3 copies of it. I hope this doesn't ruin the magic for anyone. And I will put it in like 2 or 3 different places because I don't want to be referencing the same one spot over and over again. Because then I feel like people pick up on the fact that I'm looking at a specific thing off screen. Whereas if I have it in a few different places, it doesn't ruin the immersion so much if I'm constantly checking it. So yeah, I would say most of my videos are an outline, and then some of my videos where there's more specific intent to it, they will be partially scripted. I've done very few videos where they've been entirely scripted. More likely, the ones that are partially scripted, the intro will usually be mostly scripted, where I'll have specific lines that I've written to kind of establish what we're going to be doing, what the world is, to kind of get this very specific setting. And that's more like for certain, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like a lot of my sci fi role plays, I want to do that. Um, I did a one fairly recent, not that recently. Oh my gosh, it was like last winter, where you and I were at a like vacation rental and it was snowing and you were sick, and that one had more scripted beginning. But even with those, usually it's like a scripted beginning and then it moves on to outline. Um, yeah, because I love scripting stuff, but just realistically, I can't memorize that many lines and make new videos frequently, if that makes sense. Improvising allows me to make more videos, and it also mostly allows me to be a little bit more natural. Emily also asked if you do something like drop a prop or flub a line, do you edit it out or try to work it into the video? So sometimes, depending on what the mess up is, if I'm really on top of my game and in the flow of things, I can improvise around it and work on it. And I wish I could always handle it that way because, oh, hold on. Okay. Um, if I'm like really in it and hanging in there, and like if I were on stage or something and I messed up, you can't edit that. You just kind of have to make the best of it and move on. So that's my ideal, that I would just, in a lot of cases move on. But if it's something that's really loud, like if I drop a big thing and it makes a super loud noise, or if it's something super distracting, um, then I'll usually edit that out. And here is another pro tip that hopefully doesn't ruin the magic for anyone. Um, what I try to do with my outlines, and even when I'm just improvising, is find regular reasons that make sense to step off screen. Like, oh, I need to put something away or I need to grab something. And by consciously making an effort to step off a screen every 5 to 10 minutes or so, that gives me an opportunity to make better edits, because it's a lot more convincing to make an edit where I just go to the last point where I stepped off screen, because that can be pretty much seamless. The viewer would never know that I made an edit there. Whereas if I'm just constantly on screen and need to make an edit there, then you see that like little jump where it's obvious. So, next question from Jamal, who is a really beloved viewer who has been with me for a while and is just super sweet and supportive. Jamal asked, how has your life changed before ASMR versus after ASMR? That's a big question, Jamal. So I'm not 100% sure if you mean before I started being aware of ASMR videos, or before I started making ASMR. So there are a lot of ways my life has changed. I'm going to try and narrow it down to just a couple, so this isn't like a forever answer. Um, I'd say that one of the biggest and most obvious things is that this gets to be my job, which is amazing. There's so many ways that I am so mind-blowingly blessed that this gets to be my job. I get to be creative and have fun and play and connect with people. And oh, I told you I wasn't going to look at the comments, but I see ASMR, really happy to see you. Okay. Oh, and Jamal is here too. I'm so glad. I meant before you started making ASMR. Sorry. Okay. You don't have to apologize. That's okay. All right. Not looking at the comments again. So yeah, just the fact that this is my job, it's almost embarrassing sometimes, if that makes sense. I almost feel guilty or embarrassed sometimes talking about because how many people have a job that they absolutely love in the way that I love? And I mean, I'm not making like a crazy amount of money, but I'm making for like the hours that I put into this job. It's basically, I'd say, a part-time job. Um, like, I don't know, like 25, 30 hours a week. For the hours that I have and the fact that my schedule is as flexible as it can be, I am paid very well for what that is. I don't think, there aren't many other legal legal part-time jobs that would be this financially rewarding. So in a lot of ways, it's just a dream come true. And I have to, I don't know, like I said, does that make sense to you that it's embarrassing? I imagine a lot of people out there have not been in a situation where they felt so fortunate and so blessed and so lucky that they felt embarrassed by it. And that's just another reason to feel embarrassed by it. I want you all to know that I really, really, really understand how lucky I am and that this is not a gift that many people have. And, certainly part of it is hard work. I've put so much hard work into this channel. I've put so much hard work and time and effort and love into this channel. But there are just countless, I'm sure there's a staggering number of artists and artisans and people in all sorts of different fields who've put in as much or more hard work and passion who haven't seen as much reward. So yes, I acknowledge that I've worked really, really hard to get here, but also a lot of it is luck and a lot of it is how gracious and wonderful all of you are. And then the other way that it's changed my life, and I hope this makes sense to you all, is that it's given me something that I feel competent in. And for those of you who maybe struggle with self confidence or perfectionism, or who maybe really struggle with being critical of yourself, um, those opportunities to feel competent, like, yes, I know what I'm doing here. They may be few and far between, and it's an incredible feeling. So having this job be something where when I get into it, and there's a lot of struggle too. I, make a lot of mistakes and struggle and procrastinate and fall behind, and a lot of it is me stumbling and struggling. But when I get into the flow of it, whether it's editing or writing or doing live streams or all these different things, I have these moments of feeling simply competent, and it's just one of the best feelings in the whole world. It sounds like such a simple thing. It's not even about feeling amazing or feeling like the best at something. I just feel competent. And that's not me downplaying the feeling. It's just such a simple, secure, good feeling. And having that be a part of my life regularly is amazing. And I think, especially for those of you who are parents or caretakers of dependents, um, there sure are an awful lot of opportunities every day to feel like maybe you're making mistakes or messing things up and to worry whether you're doing the right thing. So to have this job where I can go in and feel like, yes, I know what I'm doing here and there. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Thank you, Jamal. Questions. Okay, Dylan Evans. Hi, Dylan. Another very familiar name, another person who's been a viewer of mine for a long time and has been very kind to me. He wrote, I believe many of us adore your quirkiness in your videos. I know I do. Thank you, Dylan. What's the quirkiest thing you've done IRL, in real life, that you're comfortable sharing? Okay. I know I've done a lot of quirky things in my life, and man, I'm on the spot right now. I see a big orange box. Oh my gosh. So I know I said I wasn't really going to follow comments right now, but I'll go through the replay and I'll make sure I catch up with everything afterwards. Thank you so much, not you. I really appreciate it. That was really kind. Um, so yeah, I'm generally a quirky person, and it's interesting because it's something people compliment me on, and well, some people compliment me on, and I don't know how many of you can relate to this, but I almost get a little bit of imposter syndrome with that because people will compliment it or be like, "Oh, I love that about you," or the whole like, "You're so brave" thing. Um, but for me, my whole life, it hasn't really been a choice. Like, it hasn't been like I could suppress that side of myself, but I've been brave and I've chosen not to. It's more just been that I kind of can't help but be kind of a weirdo. It just spills out regardless. So I'm grateful that there are people who appreciate it. It does feel like kind of a compulsive thing, so I almost feel awkward taking any credit for it, but whatever. Uh, Quirkiest thing, um, I don't know what the quirkiest thing is. I'm just gonna pick one random thing because I'm struggling to think of anything off the top of my head. Um, I'm not gonna try and show it on stream right now, but I have a tattoo on my right outer thigh. Um, there is this annual scavenger hunt called Gishwes, Gis. it's just called Gish now, actually. But originally it was Gishwes, and the acronyms stood for Greatest International Scavenger Hunt the World Has Ever Seen. It was this big international online scavenger hunt where teams would get together and compete to try and do this really interesting scavenger hunt that would be really a mix of different things, items that were worth different points. A lot of it was artistic, a lot of it would be altruistic, almost all of it was sort of wacky and out there. I haven't participated in a few years. I'm pretty sure it's still going on, though. But the first year that I did it, one of the items that you could choose to do was to get a tattoo of Pope Francis. So it was my first year in the scavenger hunt. I was ready to go, and I had an appointment to go get a tattoos on my feet anyway. So I was like, while I'm there, why not get a tattoo of Pope Francis? So I remember I had fairly recently split up with my first husband. I've done that twice now. Not the same guy, different husbands. So I was very recently split up from my first husband. So doing the single mom thing, I was not very financially comfortable at the time. But I really wanted to do this tattoo. So I had to find something small and simple. And I went online and I found this almost like clip art type line drawing of Pope Francis. And I got it tattooed on me, and it's cute and it's simple. And I understand that a lot of people may have a lot of feelings about that individual and about the institution he's a part of, and that's totally fine. I'm not trying to make a statement about that one way or another. I will say that based on what I knew about him at the time, I felt comfortable getting the tattoo, and I'm very fond of the tattoo. And I'll try to post a picture on social media or something as a follow-up. But someone who saw it shortly after I got the tattoo said that he looked more like Bobby Hill from King of the Hill than Pope Francis, and it's kinda true. So I like calling him Pope Bobby Hill. But yeah, that's I guess, pretty quirky thing that I've done. Kara says, "What do you enjoy most about being an ASMR artist?" I think I've kind of already covered that. I don't I don't wanna just say, "Oh, I already covered that," and move on. So I will quickly say that, one of the joys of being an ASMR content creator and getting in when I did, because I, started making videos almost 8 years ago now. Um, it's still a pretty young art form, and when I started making videos, it was even more young then, and just the experience of being able to get in on a completely new art form early on in its development is a really amazing experience. So that's been really cool, and I just enjoy the creative flexibility that ASMR allows. There is so much that you can do with it. Um, whatever you're interested in and have wanted to play around with, there's probably going to be a way that you can alter it to be ASMR-ish. Um, it's just a very flexible, fun genre with a ton of opportunity for creativity and a lot of room to make impact at the same time. Because it's, you can say that any media genre or art or skill is something that can help people. But I think all of you will understand that ASMR tends to help people in a special way. And the fact that I can do this really cool, fun, creative stuff and also make an impact in people's lives, people who are stressed, anxious, depressed, grieving, um, just looking for some time to relax. It's an amazing combination. Matt K asked, "What is your favorite hairstyle you've had over the years? Loved your shorter looks." I don't know. I'm not a real big hair person. Um, my hair isn't easily styled. I don't especially enjoy styling my hair. I can have some fun with makeup, but my hair is just annoying. It, like, doesn't really hold a style very well. I have to use a lot of heat and a lot of product to get it to stay in any shape for too long. So it's just kind of I have a pretty good haircut right now, a reasonably fresh haircut that, like, looks okay. But, yeah, I think I had, within the past few years, one shorter cut that was it was just a pretty simple, blunt, kind of angled short cut that I thought looked really cute, and it was comfortable because it gets real hot down here. But in general, I think I've kind of settled on the fact that I like myself with long hair, which is kind of a pain. Living in Texas, it would be real convenient if I liked myself with a buzz cut, but, um, no, I don't have a strong attachment to any particular hairstyle or haircut. Yeah, I'm sure y'all know I have a lot of wigs. I like playing around with different things. Um, boop, boop, boop. Blue Tamarin, another good friend who is also on Twitter. First question off the top of my brain is, how did the Jelly Bean Green name come to be? I'm not going to go into the whole story right now, but the short version is that there was a book that I read back when I was, I think, 19 or 20, called Even Cowgirls Get the Blues by Tom Robbins. I remember around that time I was really into Tom Robbins. I read a bunch of his books. I haven't read any of his books in a really long time, so it's hard for me to comment on them now, but I loved them then, and in this book I remember Skinny Legs and All was my favorite book by him, but in this book, Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, there was a character named Bonanza Jellybean, and she had a really cool sort of origin story that I really appreciated at that time in my life. And I thought her name was really fun. And I remember thinking all the way back then that if I ever had need for an artist pseudonym, I'd want to use Jellybean. And I also decided around the same time that I'd probably go for Jellybean Green, just because I liked the way it sounded. I thought it sounded nice. That's it. Um, okay. So last patron question, and then I'll get back to looking at the comments and I'll open the questions up to you all. Melanie Ray Castor, who is a friend and a viewer, and I love telling this story about Melanie. She, back when I was watching ASMR videos for a couple of years before I started making them, I happened to notice that there was this woman, Melanie, who would leave these really sweet comments on videos from all my favorite ASMR YouTubers. And it was neat because if I go to a video and I'd see a comment from Melanie, I'd be like, okay, this is going to be a good one, because I just knew that she and I had the same taste. And then very early on, I don't remember if it was like my first, second, or third video, but very early on when I started making ASMR, I got a comment from Melanie, and I was so excited because it felt like a stamp of approval from someone whose opinion meant a lot to me. And we've just, over the years, gotten to be friends, and she's a really wonderful person. and she's engaged to be married, so congratulations, Melanie. I'm so happy for you and Blair. Uh, Melanie said, if you had the chance to go back to college, what would you choose to study? I'm trying to decide how to answer this because honestly, there are probably a lot of different things that I would love to explore and that I could really enjoy. And there are some things that might be more practical and realistic choices. Like, realistically, if I were, oh gosh, hold on, sorry. Realistically, if I were going to go back to college now, um, certain things like, being like a counselor or therapist, or there might be a few other things that would be sensible and rewarding and realistic choices for me, just based on my interests and my ability and my skill set. Um, but if we're just saying that I could go after whatever I wanted, regardless of money or skill set or time or anything else, um, I I almost feel embarrassed saying this. I would love to go into neuroscience. I think like that's just been one of my favorite topics for years now. Is just anything to do with the way that our brain and our nervous system works, especially I guess in a neurobiology sense, the way that our um, brain and the other organs and systems of our bodies interact with each other. I'm just so fascinated by it. I was on track years ago to go to nursing school. I did 2 years of pre-nursing, which was, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, pharmacology, all those things, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it, which was really interesting because growing up and my first time through college, I didn't think of myself as someone who is strong in science or math or things like that, just because they didn't necessarily come easily to me. The things that came easily to me were like arts and languages and things like that. Well, like uh, English language, reading and writing type stuff. So for a lot of my life, I just preferred the things that came to me naturally because it made me feel naturally competent and good. It wasn't until I got older and was like in my late 20s, maybe, that I started to develop a real appreciation for the things that I wasn't naturally good at. And that I kind of got over that feeling of like, I'm not good at this, so I don't like it. you know? I don't know how many of you struggle with that, but yeah, that time that I went back on track with nursing school, I had to take a lot of math classes too. I remember taking statistics. I didn't know how I was gonna get through it, but once I got over the fact that I wasn't naturally good at it and that that was okay, and that struggling at something can actually be really wonderful and even more rewarding in its own way, um, that kind of opened up this whole new world for me, realizing that I could find a lot of joy and satisfaction in things that I would have previously felt like I had no business even attempting, you know? So even though, at almost 40 with 3 kids and not a particularly strong academic background or everything, I feel almost silly saying like, "Oh, yes, I would like to go into neuroscience." It's an interest of mine, it's something I get really excited and passionate about. I love watching YouTube videos about those sorts of things. So if I could just go to school forever, it would be for that, and I think it would be for, something that was maybe verily, my friends, that was maybe practice as far as working with patients and things like that, but I think a lot of it would be research. I would love to just, be a part of learning more about how our brains work and why they work the way they do and how they affect the rest of our body and how our thoughts can affect our other organ systems in ways we wouldn't expect. I think there's so much about our bodies that is still so unknown and so almost magical and amazing and fun and fascinating. And I think it's such a huge area of opportunity as far as, mental and mental health is such a huge crisis in our society. And, there's this feeling that so much of what we do and so much of what is, I'm not going to get into this too much because I don't want to start stressing anyone out. I feel like there's so much room for exploration and learning and and I love and I cringe sometimes, but I love thinking about, like, I'll sort of time travel in my brain to 200 years from now and think about what it will be like for people then. I'm assuming we're all still around. What it will be like for people 200 years from now to look back on what we know now and what we do now with our medical practice. Like, what are they going to think about us? I'm sure so much of what seems common knowledge or cutting edge will just seem ridiculous and barbaric to them. So I love the idea. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Oliver Sacks, but he's like a huge hero of mine. I love him so much. Or, yeah, I love him. He's, passed, but I love him very much. And I love his work. And I love the idea of being a part of the movement that works to understand the way that our brains work. Okay, I think I can cut it off there. So those are all the patron questions. And let me just do something with my phone here real quick. All right. I'm going to do something that I feel a little silly about, but I've been on for over an hour now. And I have a pretty good amount of energy still. I'd like to stay with y'all. I do need to leave the booth for a couple minutes, if you don't mind. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and leave the booth in a way that isn't too loud or jarring for any of y'all. If y'all could just entertain yourselves in the comments, let anyone new who shows up know that I will be right back. And I'll be right back, and then I'll start looking at the comments, and I'll open up the questions to all of you, okay? All right, be right back. Thank you for my patience. Thank you for my patience. I wouldn't have any if it weren't for you. Thank you for your patience. Okay. All right. Sorry I had to leave for a little bit. I'll be honest, I had to go to the restroom. But then as I left the booth, I had this flashback to a time, it was probably years ago at this point, when I was watching, not going to name names, another YouTuber do a live stream. And they left briefly to use the restroom. And I don't know if they knew it or not, but they didn't go. Their bathroom was not far enough away from their microphone because you could hear them using the restroom. So I immediately thought of that. Even though this is a soundproof booth, I got really anxious and I went all the way downstairs to use the bathroom down there. And then I'll be honest, I passed through the kitchen and thought I would like a snack right now. So I grabbed a little snack. I don't normally eat this late at night, but oh. Saab Turbo 1986. Okay, I'm going to acknowledge your question. You've done the Babinski in your medical videos. Have you ever had it done? It's so ticklish and embarrassing. It makes me nervous. I probably have. I don't recall. I am pretty ticklish. So, okay. All right, I feel like I have to reorient myself here. I took off the, ice pack belt that I was wearing because it wasn't cold anymore. It is officially Mother's Day here in the Central Time Zone. So, happy Mother's Day to those of you who celebrate, and to those of you for whom this is a sad day because you have wanted to be a mom and you didn't get to be, or because you didn't get the mom you deserved. And everyone deserves a good mom, or because maybe you lost your mom, or there can be a lot of reasons why this would be a painful day for you, in which case I'm really sorry and I wish I could give you a big hug. I think there's room for all of us. I think the point of Mother's Day is that being a parent is a huge role in someone's life. I think that's the point. I think it's not just about celebrating moms, it's about recognizing the importance of that role. So that means celebrating if you've had a good one, and I had a good mom, or celebrating if you've gotten to be one. I have 3 beautiful children. Being a mom is best part of my life. I love my kids so much. But I think that also means acknowledging how painful and difficult it can be if we lost our moms, or had difficult mom experiences, or didn't get the moms we deserved, or didn't get to be moms. I think there's room for all of us. And I guess I want to acknowledge that. So, Allie Day, thank you. Group hug. Okay. Oh, I just saw that someone's mom just passed away. Funny Manrick too. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Yeah. Honestly, I think that Mother's Day is probably difficult for just as many people, if not more, than people who it's wonderful for. I don't know if that sentence made sense. I think you know what I mean, though. And that's why I wish we could kind of shift our focus to make it not just about, um, "Yay, moms, roses and hugs," but, like, moms are important, and let's talk about how that can affect us in wonderful and painful ways. Unfortunately, I had a bad mom. She passed 4 years ago. I'm sorry, Dave. Hi, this is my first time watching. Hi, Nicholas. Yeah. My 3-year-old is breastfeeding on me right now. I get, like, a little I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Those of you who've done it would understand. Like, I was lucky enough that I wanted to breastfeed. Oh, this is gonna get demonetized because of this. I wanted to breastfeed all 3 of my children, and I did for different lengths of time. But it can be difficult for a lot of people, and not everyone chooses to. I chose to, and I was lucky enough that I was able to, and it was m mostly a wonderful experience for me. And yeah, when people talk about it or like I guess here's an interesting little science fact for you, for those of you who haven't breastfed, is that, there's this thing called your milk being let down. This might be TMI for some of you, but that's just who I am. That's what you're gonna get with a hangout with me is some personal information. So when your milk lets down, some people might describe it differently, but for me, there's like this tingly feeling. It's almost like a pins and needles feeling that happens, like right as you go to breastfeed a child. And it's really interesting because even now, my youngest child is 4 years old, and I can't have any more children. Surgically, I made sure of that. Um, but even now, if I see someone talk about breastfeeding or if I see someone doing it, I get that like tingly feeling, and it's like a little nostalgia. And bless you and your sweet baby and the hard work you're doing with your baby. Okay. And yeah, I am one of the only people in my online circle of friends who has a good relationship with their mother. I feel blessed, but I also feel bad. I feel blessed, but I also feel bad. Could I feel like be the name of my autobiography? Yeah. I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, where it's sometimes the wonderful things that happen to us are almost embarrassing in a way because we realize how many people have it worse. I don't know. Gratitude is a tricky thing, right? Yeah, interesting that Mother's Day is on a different date in the US and the UK. It's before Easter Sunday. Yeah, in UK, isn't it called Mothering Sunday or something like that? I think it has a slightly different name. Heather, oh, thank you, Heather. That's another name I recognize. My mom did not want to celebrate this year as my grandma, her mom, passed away last year. She's making a memorial garden instead, and I had a tree. That's really lovely. I'm sorry y'all are having a complicated year, but it sounds like, I don't know. You know how sometimes, I don't know, maybe you don't know sometimes I wanna say like, "Oh, that's cool, that's wonderful," but then I don't wanna passively pass judgment on people who don't do stuff like that. Like, sometimes in life, things are difficult or painful, and we just gotta block it out and ignore it for self-preservation purposes, and that's fine. That's just what you gotta do sometimes. But with what Heather's saying, it sounds like y'all are going through a difficult time, but even though you're not celebrating, you're still recognizing it. Making a memorial garden, planting a tree. I think I think that's amazing, and I think that's really beautiful, and that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where even if it's not like a yay, brunch and tulips celebration, it's still I feel like y'all are still oh, sorry. I feel like y'all are still recognizing the, meaning and the importance of the day. That's really wonderful. just helped my cat birth 5 babies. That's so sweet. Oh, kittens. I'm a cat person. Um, Mothering Sunday, yes. Okay. Oh, man. I'm gonna try and catch up a little bit. If YouTube demonetizes you for talking about this, I will personally write an angry email. The girl with that face, if you don't mind, if you get a chance, you have been commenting on my videos for a really long time. You're sweet, you're wonderful. I feel like we have a relationship at this point, talking back and forth. Your handle doesn't necessarily like roll off the tongue. I feel like I want to have something else I can call you, even if I can just call you that face. I understand if you don't want to reveal your name or something, but if you would be comfortable suggesting like a shortened version of what to call you, I would love that. Also, don't worry about writing them an angry email if this gets demonetized. I'm really enjoying just being with y'all. And oh, Ted, my son was killed in June in a car accident for his Mother's Day. For that, oh, no, I'm so sorry, Ted. Oh, that's like kind of universally accepted as just probably the worst thing that can happen to anyone is outliving your kids, right? I'm so sorry, Dad. That's so sad. What a tough Mother's Day. I'm sending a lot of love to both of you. I'm sorry. My mom passed away a few years ago. Yeah, see, this is a tough day for a lot of people. And I still think it can be an important day. I don't think anyone should feel excluded by it, you know? My favorite Mother's Day story is actually about a mama cat. That sounds cute. Hi, Tyler. Yeah. Good night, Allie. I can't believe your youngest is 4. I remember when you posted about your pregnancy. So I actually unlisted. I try not to unlist videos very often, but I had actually recorded and posted a video. I had a scheduled C-section for my youngest child because I had had a bunch of medical complications with my second child. So just because of basically a bunch of medical issues that I have, it was safest to to schedule my C-section with my third child. So the night before that scheduled C-section, I recorded, edited, and published, I think, a Quick Fix Friday. No, it wasn't Quick Fix Friday because he was born on a Tuesday, I think. Maybe it was. The point being is that at that point in my life, I was still enough into the whole like YouTube hustle culture that I thought it was a good idea to record an ASMR video the night before I went in for my C-section. And at some point, I stumbled across it again, and I was so appalled by the fact that I did it that I unlisted the video. What was I doing? Hi, Alessio from Italy. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. Breastfeeding was very difficult for me for a long time. Yeah, it seems like it should be the most natural thing, and then you feel like a lot of us feel almost guilty or bad about ourselves if it's not natural, but it actually can be super tricky and painful, especially at first. Lupinium. Oh, I'm sorry for your uncomfy couch. Amy. I am legit going into my notes right now. Amy. I want to remember that. Okay, Amy, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm trying to catch up. 133. I didn't even notice we got up to that many. And ASMR is the only YouTube genre I've encountered where the comments are consistently wholesome. Yeah, every once in a while you get someone, but I mean, the percentage, what is making a noise? The percentage is amazing. Not just wholesome, but like thoughtful, deliberate. I don't know. My comment sections are amazing. I love y'all so much. I feel so lucky. Okay, trying to catch up. I'm so sorry if I miss any. I'm afraid I'm gonna like skip over a really meaningful, important comment. I'm sorry if I do. Thank you, Alex. Hi, Raphael. Funny man Rick, too. I'm shortening my name to Rick. My first Mother's Day without my mom. I'm sorry, Rick. It must be hard. Thank you, Katrina. We are going to get out of isolation. Okay, so, oh my gosh, we're like an hour and a half into the stream. Hold on. I'm gonna take a little sip here. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. We're having a little settling in period. I'm just texting my agent. Just kidding. I obviously don't have an agent. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. We're like an hour and a half into the stream. I'm enjoying myself. It's Mother's Day. I'm a mom. So I kind of just want to enjoy myself and hang out with y'all for a while longer. I'll probably cut myself off at like 2 hours. Dang it. Hold on. Okay. So for those of you who came in late or who catching up or who don't know what's going on, this is just a casual Q&A hangout type thing. We just hung out for a little bit, and then I did some questions from my Patreon patrons, and then I took a break for a little bit, and then I came back. So there was a whole section where I wasn't looking at the comments at all. I'm trying to catch up, and then what I think I'm going to do, we are at the 132 and 43 seconds mark. Oh my God, just went backwards for a second. That was weird. Glitch in the matrix. I'm thinking maybe up until about, let's say 137. We're just going to hang out for a little bit, and then we'll get back into Q&A. And as kind of like an ongoing thing, I'm going to do my best to keep up with the comments. We have a real good group size right now. It's like 158 at the moment. So with the rate that comments are coming in, I can kind of keep up with them. I'm probably going to miss some. I'm sorry. I'm so thankful that y'all leave comments. I'm very sorry if I miss anything. If you ask a question or say something that you really wanted me to see and I'm not responding, please feel free to say it like a second or a third time, and hopefully I'll catch it. I have moderators too who are trying to help me keep me caught up. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna do a few more minutes of just kind of hang out, and then I'm gonna try and get myself focused again. I just saw someone mention Springbok. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to miss some stuff here. hear that? My tummy just made a loud noise. Okay, I'm scrolling through a little bit. I'm gonna watch this later, and I'll watch the comment replay. And just so y'all know, if any of you are wondering, I I don't respond to every comment on my channel like on my traditional videos. I don't respond to everything anymore. I'm sorry. I really wish I could. But I do read almost all of them. I'm sure there are some that get by me sometimes. I am so lucky to get as much feedback as I do. So many people leave really thoughtful comments on my videos. I'm sorry, I can't respond to every single one anymore. It's just not practical for me. But I do want you to know that I make an effort to at least read every single comment. Um, so I'll go back through the chat after this and try and catch up. But for now, just to keep this flowing and enjoyable for everyone, I might have to skip over some stuff. And then, let's see, where are we? Heather Feather was apparently run off by some alarming encounter or something. I miss her. Heather Feather is amazing. She was one of my very biggest influences and just an amazing person. Out of respect for her, like in general, and I understand if y'all don't feel the same way, I feel like a lot of people who make ASMR and leave ASMR leave it because for any one of a variety of reasons, they felt like it's not healthy or good for them anymore. And I've never had to leave, at least not long term. I've taken a lot of breaks. But I feel like I can only imagine that as someone who kind of pours their heart and soul into something like this and then feels like they have to leave it, because this inevitably, as a creator, becomes a big part of your identity. Having to step away is a big deal. So I feel like when people do step away, it's because they really, really needed to. So I try to be cautious about not wishing anyone was back because maybe that's not the best thing for them. Maybe for some people who leave, that's like the best thing that could have happened for them. And maybe it's sad for us, but great for them. So I think for Heather Feather, just based on what I've seen, I don't have any inside knowledge. It seems like for, I think, a variety of reasons, she did so much for all of us and in building up this genre, and then it wasn't good for her anymore, and she had to step away. And that can require a lot of strength and bravery. And wherever she is and whatever she's doing, I hope she's doing great. And I understand why we might feel sad to not have new videos from her, but for her, I feel happy for her if being away is what's good for her. If that makes sense, I hope. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Louisa Briard, hi. Nupinium says, oh, I wanted to say I adore your audio only. Oh, we're past the 137. I'm sorry. I adore your audio only ASMR videos that are so roleplayish. I love doing audio only. I should do more of it, actually. It feels very old school and fun, and they don't get usually the same number of views as my video ones, but I have a real appreciation for audio only ASMR from other artists. So I should sprinkle more of that in there. Sprinkle. Hi Bun Bunny. Okay, trying to catch up. Do you remember that video Alicia Fairclough made for your channel? Yeah, I do. She's lovely. Hi, Writer Bill. It's good to see you. Will you do any more of the piezoelectric content? Maybe at some point. I don't have any imminent plans to do more piezoelectropuncture, but that was really fun to put together. Uh, Calliope ASMR, who's a wonderful ASMR channel. I think any of you who enjoy my videos would probably also really enjoy Calliope ASMR because she and I have really similar sensibilities where we both do a lot of medical ASMR and also a lot of sort of energy healing type stuff. But she did a piezoelectropuncture one at some point as well. That was really lovely, and I was super flattered that she did one too. Did someone? Oh, I lost. Someone said, "Come to New Zealand." I would love to. I would be delighted to. I would love to do a lot of traveling, and I know New Zealand is just gorgeous. I don't really do custom videos right now. I wish I could. I just don't really have the time for it, and I couldn't. Short answer is I just can't right now. I wish I could, and hopefully I'll get to a point where I can someday. But ASMR Request is back. Yeah, for those of you who are old fans of ASMR Requests, she has a new channel for a variety of reasons that she has explained. She had to start a new channel. I believe it's Ali, etc. And it's wonderful. It's great to have her back. Again, Espanol. Hablo un poquito español. Not very good at it, but I can read it better than I can talk it. Peach Lanzo G. Hi. It was you. It's good to see you. I would love to come to New Zealand. You know, I don't have a passport. And I should work on that. I don't have any imminent plans to leave the country, but I feel like it would be good to just have a passport because I would love to do more international traveling. It's impractical with 3 young children. But yeah, I would love to come to New Zealand. Okay. Gosh, I just want to read everyone's comments, but I gotta skip through a little bit. Didn't y'all team up for that membrane model? We did, and that was Ginger. That was a really cute experience because if you watch the 2 videos, I hope this doesn't ruin it for anyone, but it was this really cute, kind of sweet experience where we were both really excited to work with each other. So this is, sorry, Ginger had said, didn't y'all team up for that membrane model video? And she's referring to Calliope ASMR. And we did a we did a collaboration where you are a tympanic membrane model. And I think the setup was that I was like the person doing your makeup for it, and then she was supposed to photograph you. And it was this really cute thing where we communicated just enough to kind of get the basics, but not fully. And then we made the videos on our own and they came together. So if you watch them back to back, I think it works just fine as a viewer. But from an artist perspective, you can kind of see the ways you can kind of see the parts where we did touch base and communicate and the stuff where we didn't, because it was kind of a rush job, to be honest. But I think the 2 videos are really fun together. And yeah, she's just such a lovely artist and she's a lovely person. And I really love that collaboration and I'd absolutely work with her again. And that's one of my favorite types of collaborations to do, where it's like a paired video thing where this is part 1 on one channel and part 2 on another. Cat Alex, hi. Thank you, that one dude. There's another familiar face. Can you give us some flashlight? I sure can. I'm going to give you some kind of like passive flashlight while I look at the comments. All right, y'all. Oh my gosh. The lens flare. I'm just using the built-in camera on my MacBook here. The lens flare is really good. This is J.J. Abrams ASMR. All right. So if you could kindly just follow the light from side to side while I catch up on the comments. Will the stream be up afterwards? That's the plan, if I can do it properly. Morning all, Anna. Do you have a favorite type of triggers to do audio? Do you have a favorite type of triggers to do videos for? Okay, so we're just gonna kind of casually transition this into Q&A again. Let's see if we can kind of do some Q&A. I'm gonna try and cut myself off at 2 hours, okay? I like doing light triggers. I like doing characters. That's not really a trigger, but that's something I like doing. I like doing Reiki. I know one of the comments I've gotten from a lot of people is that they like the way that I do energy pulling, and that's a really fun thing for me. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just fun play to kind of do this whole energy thing. Oh, I feel like someone left a nice comment. Watching your channel since you started. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all your sleep and really makes me excited. It means the world. I will never not be so touched by comments like that, because I started watching ASMR about 2.5 years, I think, before I started making videos. And I continue to watch them on a regular basis. So I'm also a client. ASMR has meant so much to me. And I know what it's like to feel like I had my life improved or changed or made a huge difference because of the artists that mean the most to me. So when other people say that my videos have helped them, I don't take that lightly because I know what that means, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you. I didn't expect flashlight. No one expects the flashlight. Okay. Okay. Can I flashlight and scroll? And I'm thirsty. Can I flashlight and scroll and take a drink? No, I can't. Thank you, Mo. Or MOE. I love it when you say okay softly. Okay. All right, so here's the new plan. I'm going to do Q&A until the 2-hour mark, which is in about 12 minutes. And then we'll just do triggers for like 10 to 15 minutes to try and help you fall asleep. So I'm going to be looking at the comments, responding to comments, answering questions for about another 12 to 15 minutes. And then we'll do about 10 minutes or so where I'm not looking so much. I'm just trying to help you drift off to sleep, okay? Okay. Okay. So, thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, MOE. Are you familiar with Whisperwind ASMR? I am. And we should do a collab at some point. Whisperwind ASMR actually did a very brief guest spot on one of my videos. If you go to my video, that's I know the thumbnail says, "So you want to be abducted by aliens?" I'm pretty sure it's like an alien abduction matchmaker type role play. But at the beginning, I have like testimonials from a number of ASMR content creators who agreed to play characters doing testimonials. And she was one of the people, and she was wonderful. But yes, I know her. She's great. I found you, Jordam. I found you when I found out I was pregnant and my world was out of control. You were super helpful. I'm so glad I was helpful. Pregnancy can be so hard, regardless of the circumstances around it. Mr. The Beat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Who were some of your favorite OG ASMR artists, like before you started? The first one I ever listened to was Ilsa from the Water Whispers. And of course, there was Maria Gentle Whispering, Artroniala, Heather Feather, ASMR Requests, Whisper Crystal, Veni Vidi Vulpes, Whispering in Blue. Oh, I know there were others I'm forgetting. Visual Sounds 1, Jen from Visual Sounds 1. She's someone who I loved early on who's still making videos. Comic Escape. One of my earliest influences was Jessica Cross. I think her channel back then was called Nutty McFreak or something like that. I think now her channel is just Jessica Cross ASMR, but she has been a huge influence on me. I think she's one of the more underrated ASMR channels because, just go ahead and look at the light for me. Jessica Cross does, she has a real talent for finding this kind of like quirky energy healing, massage, pseudoscience, woo-woo kind of things and improvising with them and making them super tingly. She also made a number of personal assistant ASMR videos, which were what influenced all of the personal assistant videos I've made. And she continues to make ASMR videos, and they're relatively lo-fi, but they're still some of my favorites. Yes, Whispers Red is an OG for sure. Oh gosh, I know I'm missing a bunch. Louisa Briard. Is there a video you have planned but never got out of the paper? Okay. So, is that all right with you if I just kind of pluck out some of your negative energy? You know, it's not bad or making you sick or anything like that. It's just some kind of extra stuff that's maybe weighing you down. So, Louisa, I'm so glad you asked. And this relates to a question that someone asked earlier, where they asked about Whispering in Blue. And I love Whispering in Blue. She's an OG ASMR content creator. She did, hold on. She did audio only ASMR back when that was what most people did and not many ASMR content creators were showing their face. But she had this one video that was, man, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. But it was a migraine treatment that was sort of loosely, or the character she played in it was loosely based on GLaDOS from the Portal video games. And it's just been such a favorite of mine for such a long time, for years and years. And hold on, let me just get this one right here. All right, who heard that tummy noise? Tummy just paid. So as someone who loves ASMR and who has had a lot of issues with migraines, it's been one of my favorite videos for a long time. And a few years ago, I actually left a comment on the video, and she hadn't been active on YouTube in a long time. And let me see here. I asked if I could make a cover for her video, and she actually responded to my comment, and she said yes. Her one request, let me just see. Her one request being that I not monetize the video. She said that she didn't want anyone to make money off of any of her content, which is totally fine. That's her thing. So for like a good 2 or 3 years, maybe longer now, they just mess up my history. I've been wanting to make a cover of Whispering in Blue's migraine video, and I've been progressively working on a transcript of the video so I can make a script for it. And I've been thinking about, to what extent, because it's going to be a video. Hers was audio only, but I want to have video as part of mine. So I've just been thinking about exactly how I want to do it and to what extent I want to make it. It's like how you do a cover for a song, right? You kind of decide, like, how much do I want this to match the original artist, and how much do I want to make this my own thing? So it's just something I've been very slowly, gradually working on for a long time now. So it's like a very slow passion project. That's one that I've been wanting to make for a long time, but I haven't finished yet. And of course, the next installment of the commune videos is another one that I have a concept all written out for, but I just haven't made it yet. I don't know if anyone's asked it yet. Someone usually does. I will tell you that I am planning on making more commune videos. I'm hoping to get another one out before my channelversary in September. That's my current goal. We'll see. Okay, trying to catch up here. ASMR Zeitgeist is wonderful. Oh my gosh, Nick Moore 911 is a nurse. Oh gosh, I want to say that I can't imagine being a nurse these past few years, but I have a few friends who work in healthcare, and I've got a little bit of a sense of just how intense it's been. It means a lot to know that my videos have been helpful. Thank you. Bless you. Oh, thank you, Dire 5151. I'm glad to know they've been helpful. Pelicant. What's your favorite wig that you've worn in a video? That's a nice, light question. So I think I need another ice pack. It's warm in here. Oh, that was too loud. Favorite wig? I think I have 2 favorite wigs that I've worn. I actually have a few wigs that I've never worn. So of the wigs that I've worn, I have one that is like a really long, curly, like gray or silver wig. I'm trying to remember which videos I've worn it in. I know I wore it in a collaboration video with with ASMR Weekly. I can't remember when else I wore it. I've been saving it for, I have this plan I've been working on for a while for a character in a series of videos. And I've been kind of saving it for her. Oh my gosh, what was even the question? Oh, wig. And then there's another wig that I've only worn a couple of times, if that. And it's like a short black wig with some curls to it. And I've been meaning to play that character again just so I can wear the wig because I like it. Nativity piece, yes. Okay. Let's see if I can get another ice pack or two without it being too loud. Off screen, that maybe sounds sketchy. I'm just unzippering this. I didn't like that. Okay. So, I've got another soda water. Why did I choose soda water? That would make me burpy. Okay. I'm gonna try and slowly, carefully place these in a way that's gonna make me more comfortable, but that isn't gonna be too loud. Okay. I'm gonna put this one in the back of my shorts. Oof. That's refreshing. And this one is gonna go in front of my shorts. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's a lot right now, but it's gonna feel good in a minute. Okay. Okay. So, hold on. Let me check all my stuff here. I'm gonna settle in for one more second. Okay. So, I'm gonna... All right, we're past the 2-hour mark. So now you get to know that when I'm really tired and a little stressed out and I need to have a good night's sleep tonight and it's Mother's Day, hey, why not? I am going to eat this gummy candy. Is it just regular gummy candy? Is there some more interesting ingredient in it? I don't know. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to hit mute because I appreciate that a lot of people enjoy eating sounds. I don't, so I feel like doing eating sounds just wouldn't be true to me. So I'm going to munch this and try to catch up on comments in just a moment. Okay, I tried to get all the like noisy stuff out of the way during that little break. And I also noticed that I'm way behind on comments. Okay. Your videos around touch therapy during COVID were a godsend. Yeah. I love the idea of touch therapy in general. Gosh, I know I'm just like scrolling right through some probably really important comments. I'm sorry if any of y'all left anything heartfelt and I missed it. Nutty McFreak, yes. Gaius, that's another name. Karina's story is very beautiful. Yeah, she's an OG. I don't know why. I think she took a break for a while, which is maybe why I forgot she was an OG. But Karina's story did this kind of like sleepover Reiki healing type video. Oh, I think you can hear the carbonation. But yeah, she's an OG who's still making videos, and she is beautiful. Brazil aqui. Hola, Brazil. I'm so happy to see multiple people who remember Jessica Cross, aka Nutty McFreak. She's still making videos. She's still wonderful. She's better than ever. Whisper Crystal. Thank you, Mr. The Pete. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Thank you. I don't know if I'm supposed to say your name Mo or Moe, but thank you. Evelyn, thank you. I'm already having a great Mother's Day because of all of you. Thank you. QPE energy harvesting. I forgot about that. That's one of the wild things about my job is I'm making videos so often that I forget about a lot of the ones that I make. It's nice to be reminded. Thank you, J. Malcolm. Amsterdam. I've never been to Amsterdam. I'd love to. It sounds delightful. Coming series. That one guy says, can you please, when it's time, end the stream, do a hypnotist role play, swinging something back and forth and looking, doing a countdown. I actually think that would be a great way to end the stream. We'll do that maybe in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. We'll end it up with... What an awkward way to hold this. We will end the stream with like a little hypnotist countdown type thing, okay? And I'll do something like with the swinging thing. Oh no. No, I'm good. All right. Scooper the Pooper. I love you too. Thank you, Commander Mander. Do you watch ASMR similar to what you create, or do you watch ASMR that can vary from yours, like fantasy type ASMRs and something usually think? That's a great question. So you mentioned fantasy type ASMR isn't something I usually think of from you as an example. And that is a great example because I would have started off by saying, yes, I mostly watch ASMR that's similar to what I create, which is role plays, especially medical stuff, especially like Reiki, energy healing, pseudoscience type stuff. I love all that stuff. So I would have just said, yes, mostly what I watch is the type of content that I like to make because that's the main thing that I'm inspired by is when I'm looking for ASMR content and I'm doing a search and I'm wishing that something existed that I can't find, or I'm wishing that there was more of something that there isn't a lot of. So yes, but something I love and would love to do more of is fantasy type ASMR. I would say both fantasy and historical type role plays are both things that I would love to do and love to do more of. And I tend not to just because the amount of preparation that goes into them. I'd say both with fantasy and historical. There's just more when it comes to costume and makeup and patterns of speech and world building. Those are all things that with like sci-fi or energy healing, Reiki type stuff, I feel like I can improvise that stuff pretty well and make it pretty simple. Like for sci-fi, I feel like I can kind of get away with, if I really need to, showing up with a tank top and, a pen light and just coming up with like a convincing story, and I can make it work for either of those things. They lend themselves really well to improvisation and simplicity, right? Like, look right here. And I feel kind of sad saying this, but I feel like fantasy and historical are high effort in a way that I just find really challenging. But now that you mention it, I should really treat myself by sneaking that in once in a while and allowing myself to take the time to do that because I would really enjoy it. I actually have, um, I know a lot of YouTube and Twitch content creators are doing throne wish lists now. You're under no obligation to do so, but if you want to, you can look in, I think, the description box, and there should be a link to my throne wish list. But it's like instead of an Amazon wish list, it's a type of wish list that's across many sites, like you can do Etsy or a number of other places. But I just thought of that because there's a shirt that I put on my throne wish list today that I thought would lend itself really well to like a fantasy or historical type ASMR roleplay. And I thought to myself, if someone gives me this shirt, I'm gonna find a way to use it and it'll be fun. Okay. Oh no, I have too many soda cans. I'm so nervous I'm gonna like knock something over. Because with live, you can't edit it out. Okay. Checking something on my phone real quick. Okay. Let me just make sure. Okay, that's all set. Thank you. So, look at my nose for a second. I'm just gonna bring this in. Okay. So I'm gonna try and catch up on the comments here, and then I'm gonna wrap up with like a little countdown hypnosis thing to put you to sleep, okay? I'm having such a nice time. Thank you all for being here with me. Thank you, Crochet Kitten. Alright. Skipping a bunch of messages. I'm so sorry. Dan says totally down with the fantasy, screw the costume, just throw. I know. I should just stretch. Like, it really shouldn't take that much. I think the like whole energy healing woo genre and sci-fi, those are like comfort things for me. I feel like if I just did a few fantasy type things and got comfortable with it, that would like open up a whole new. Y'all are right. I should do it. Feel free to remind me. No, but you're right. I think I would enjoy it. And I think y'all would enjoy it too. You do an incredible historical roleplay. I think I might. There's just, with historical, there's so many choices to make with, like, how much do I want to commit myself to accuracy? Like, I don't know how many of y'all follow Moonlight Cottage. She's amazing. She's just the most amazing. The two that jump to mind are Moonlight Cottage and, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Who's the other person who does both fantasy and historical ones? And she kind of she has like such a unique, amazing channel, but she has kind of a more generic atmosphere. Thank you. Yes, atmosphere. Atmosphere ASMR. Moonlight Cottage and Atmosphere ASMR are the two people that usually jump to mind for me who do incredible, immersive, historical ASMR. And just the amount of detail that they get into. And I know I don't have to be them, and I know I could never be them. I think even if I really committed myself to like a historical or fantasy, I'm just not someone who is as cinematic as they are, who gets into as much detail as they are. And that's not like a judgmental thing to say, like, I'm not as good as them, although maybe not in some ways. But it's just that they do a different thing that I do. And yeah, it's just something I really should play around with. Atmosphere and Goodnight Moon. That's some of your homework for y'all to check out. Atmosphere and Goodnight Moon. Sorry, I have to scratch my ear. A great historical role play would be either Cleopatra or the Mona Lisa. That is so interesting. Not to like dismiss part of your suggestion, but I know plenty of people have done Cleopatra role plays. I know that that's like a thing. I don't think I've ever seen someone do a Mona Lisa role play. I don't think I've seen, I'm sure it must exist, but I haven't seen too many. I can't think of any instance in any medium where someone has like played Mona Lisa for an extended period of time. You know, she's such a famous subject in this one still form. And the idea of her as a character is super interesting. That's a really interesting suggestion. Mhm. What are your favorite historical time periods that you would love to do? Can you hear that siren? I'm honestly not even sure where to start. There's so many reasons to be really interested in different time periods, and it's such a tricky thing because there are different reasons to be enchanted by and absolutely horrified by, like, every time period, that you would love to do. I mean, of course, I'm enchanted by anything that has a fun costume. Um, Patrick says, perhaps like a historical saints or mystics. Oh my gosh. So I gotta do this. This is something I talked about on Twitter a while back. But there's this, so I have a small collection of like tarot cards and oracle cards, and I really should make a video out of them. I don't know why I haven't. Um, but there's this oracle deck that you can buy called Saints and Mystics, and I don't own it yet, but I'm kind of in love with it. Hold on. Saints and Mystics. So it's a set of oracle cards that has all these illustrations of different, you guessed it, saints and mystics. But the way that they are depicted, every single one of them is very, very, very hot. Like just the sexiest saints and mystics you've ever had. And it's not quite like cheesy or anything. You can tell that each of these illustrations was a real labor of love. It's just an interesting way to view all of these people because I guess most of us don't usually think of these people as being sexy. So just I encourage you, Amazon or wherever else, just look up Saints and Mystics Oracle cards. It's something I've been fascinated with for a while, and I should just buy the deck because it looks really fun. Um, but yeah, that's something I've talked about in the past is the Saints and Mystics. But yeah, maybe I could do one of them as a role play. That one dude. That one dude 702. Do you post under a different name sometimes? There's something about your name that's throwing me. Like I recognize your picture, but it's okay if you don't want to say. Um, as long as you're doing stuff that's fun for you, it'll be good. I think that's true. That's really interesting. There have been all these videos that I've put just a ridiculous amount of work into, and they'll maybe kind of do okay. And then there will be videos that I'll just improvise at the last minute because I'll be like, oh, I have like another 45 minutes that I could film after filming 2 or 3 other videos. I'll be like, I'll just improvise something and I have fun. Like the energy donation clinic video, that was one that was completely improvised off the cuff, like last minute, and I had so much fun with it. And it's one I really enjoy. You should do a fictional past life regression. That's a really interesting thought, Christopher. specifically saying fictional because I think they're, instead of doing, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. There are a lot of past life regression, hypnosis, or meditation videos on YouTube that are kind of open ended, in which you are actually supposed to, discover, identify with someone who you were in a past life. But I think doing a like deliberately fictional one in which the viewer is supposed to specifically be someone really interesting, that could be a lot of fun. That's a cool suggestion. I should have hired someone to like take minutes for this because there are a lot of good ideas that I hope I don't forget about. Jockey. Hey guys, could someone tell me if my super chat showed up? I checked and the money went out of my account, but I can't see it. I'm super sorry. I haven't been like looking at the comments the whole time, so I'm not sure if it did. The only one that I see up right now, and I've been missing them. I'm so sorry. Some of you have been making really lovely donations. I haven't caught them all. I'm sorry. I see a Ryler05. Chalky, if you did, I'm not sure if I caught it. I'm sorry if I missed it. If you're concerned about it, feel free to email me, jellybeangreenasmr@gmail.com, and I'm sure I can find a way to double check it for you. But thank you. I appreciate it. Where are the cops coming to get you? I don't know. Maybe because they know I voted to get today. I voted today against no-knock warrants and prosecuting low-level marijuana-related crimes. Calamity Jane or Anne Oakley would be awesome. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with the HBO series Deadwood, but Calamity Jane from that series is very stuck in my head. I can't imagine any other version of her. Tarot ASMR is one of my faves. Yeah, I've thought about doing more tarot ASMR stuff because I love tarot and I love oracle cards, but I just haven't really been sure. It's one of those things where it's a really enjoyable personal thing for me, so I haven't been sure about mixing it with my videos maybe someday. You could do a thing where the viewer gets locked in a museum and find the Mona Lisa and she comes to life. Explains what it's like to be paint, and then she hypnotized the viewer to forget. That's really interesting. If you want to do me a favor and email me that idea as well. The problem with it, I'm so slow and it takes me a long time. I'll say I want to make a video and then sometimes it takes me months or years. But if you want to remind me, what am I missing? Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, Ryler. Okay. Eon Emulation says, I feel ASMR artists make the best videos when they are exhausted. Maybe for those of you who have high empathy, seeing someone exhausted and tired, you'll pick that up. Check 9. Hi. The empathy you give is almost tangible. How do you react to receiving empathy? Oof. That's a very good and very uncomfortable question. I don't think I have a simple answer for that. Generally, empathy is really appreciated. In a lot of situations, I get uncomfortable. Maybe a lot of you can empathize with this, but I struggle with issues of, I don't know, I guess like worthiness, or I struggle with accepting compliments and stuff like that. But I am very lucky to have a few people in my life who are really, really wonderful people who are close to me, who, some people have like these huge friend circles, and I'm lucky to have a lot of really wonderful friends and acquaintances in my life. But I also have these like select few people who I'm very close to who are amazing people, and I feel so lucky for that. So I'm thinking of a couple people off the top of my head. I would say, just generally, if I get empathy from someone, I'll be split between really appreciating it, but also maybe being uncomfortable. If it's an ASMR video where someone is sewing, where someone is showing empathy, and I'm like in privacy, I can sort of receive that without discomfort. But then I have a couple people in my life. I will call them T and P, and these are the two people in my life lately who have been showing me the most empathy and support, and they're just extraordinary people. And I don't know how many of you have people in your life who you feel so blown away and honored that you even get to know these people. And then the fact that they also get to be people who are close to you in your life, who care about you, that like your heart just wants to explode all the time. But I have at least two of these people, and it's amazing. And I wish that for all of you. Um, but those two people, T and P, are people who are just kind of incredible at making me feel seen and understood and valued. And I think because I feel so comfortable and safe and I have such close relationships with these people, that when they show me empathy, I can just comfortably, safely accept it. And it's the best. Okay, that was some personal stuff. Let's see. Jenny waves from San Antonio. Hi, Jenny. Wait, I want to make sure I'm waving in the right direction. Um, the sun rises over there, sets over there. So that means north, south, San Antonio is that way. Hi, Jenny. Mhm. Oh, I'm missing some good comments. I know I am. Oh, no, you don't have to apologize. It's fine. Greetings from Liberty Hill. Look at all these Texans, y'all. Okay. Yeah. Going to get personal right now. My days are weird. Sometimes parents arguing. The other day I'm happy, another day sad. Yeah, that can be weird. I'm sorry. Lauren Ashley, I've been listening for years. Thank you for being the voice that puts me to sleep at night. I love that I can be that person. Thank you so much for saying that. It means a lot to me. Jellybean Queen, love from UK. Hi. Hey, Canada. Nolan's in Austin. Hey, Nolan. Ink Dog. I think Ink Dog might be one of the first people to ever leave a comment on any of my videos. I can't remember if it was my actual YouTube video or if she left a comment on my Reddit post about my first YouTube video, but she was one of the very first people to ever respond to one of my videos, and I haven't seen her in a while. I'm so happy to see you. Hi. Hello from Oregon. I don't think I knew that. Did I know that you lived in Oregon? I know you originally from, I know you spent some time in Malaysia. Is that right? Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. Hello from Texas, of Canada, Alberta. Fayetteville. Christopher says, I'm so used to a competitive work environment that hearing about empathy in such a nice voice is weird to me. I almost feel I've forgotten this feeling. Yeah, I think you've mentioned that you work in sales or something like that. I know you've mentioned stuff like that. I imagine it's a very different environment. Congrats on 100K. Thank you. East Texas. Where in the state are you? I'm in Austin. I've been in Austin for like almost 11 years now. I grew up in the Northeast, in New England, but I moved down to Austin about 11 years ago. Greetings from Bonnie Scotland. Ink Dog. It has been a pleasure to watch your videos for so long. I think it was your Reddit post, but it's been so long. It was your maiden voyage video. Yeah, that was my first. Oh my gosh. It's so cool to see you. Hi, Jockey in Australia. I was born in Korea and grew up in Hawaii and spent some time in New Jersey. Okay, yeah, because I remember a conversation with you about what was, I think at the time, one of the tallest buildings, the tallest building in the world. I don't know if it still is. I just remember a conversation about that. Arc Lycan, hello. Hi, Janine. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Kat. Kat, Alex, I also grew up in the Northeast. I grew up on the North Shore of Massachusetts. So, Kat, I didn't grow up there, but I lived in Salem for, I think, like 10 years before I moved down to Texas. I love the North Shore. Enfield, Connecticut. Jackknife, I dated someone who lived in Ellington, Enfield. I also have family who lives in Ellington. I dated someone who lived in Enfield, Connecticut a gazillion years ago when I was, I think, like 19 or 20. Birdo, I subbed to your channel for a while. You have a relaxing voice. Real talk from LA, California. I've been to LA a few times. It's a really cool place to visit. Thank you, Birdo. The Cleveland, what kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? A physician. I like that more than I want to admit. I didn't know you were in Texas. Nice to meet you. Amazing city. Hello. Okay. Man, I keep just blowing right past all the time limits that I say I was going to set. Jackknife, we chatted about that a long time ago. The gap between Hartford and Springfield is interesting territory. Ink Dog says, I wish I could listen with my headphones, but my headset is broke. Do you, JB, or you lovely friends have any recommendations for a nice, comfortable headset? I sure wish I did. I've been through so many, and I don't have any that I'm fully committed to for different reasons. Louisa. Joshua Beaker. Well, thanks for saying something, Joshua Beaker. If it's okay for me to say, I would love it if you had a big glass of water right now. And if you have them, maybe like a multivitamin or a vitamin C tablet. Just a suggestion. I think that would, I think maybe if you do that, you'd feel good about it tomorrow. You're a grown up, you can make your own choices, just a suggestion. Bumble Cakes, I'm going to Salem for my honeymoon. I love Salem. Michigan. When was the name release video? I don't remember exactly. My name is Lola, for all y'all who don't know. Okay. Ink Dog, go search for Edifier headsets on Amazon. Only about $6, but sounds great and better. 90 hours. Okay, that sounds good. Yak Nose. Hi. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm at a reunion right now. Ryler, I'm going to buy stuff off your throne wish list for you. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to me. Thank you, Ryler. That's really kind. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Patrick. All right. I think it would be wise. The cake is a lie. I think it would be wise to try and I almost said wrap this up. It would probably be wise. We're just going to skip over the opportunity for jokes there. I think it would be wise to probably try and wrap this up while I feel like I still have steam, instead of waiting until I'm just like exhausted. So we're at 2:35, 13, 14, 15. I think I'm going to do until 2:40 of just hanging out with y'all. If y'all could hold me to this, be my accountability buddies. And then I'm going to stop looking at comments and I'm going to wind us all down with a little like hypnosis type countdown. So any of y'all who want to go to sleep can wind down and go to sleep. Okay? All right. So, all right. Let me just. I need one of y'all to come over and pat my back right now. I'm so sorry. It's just biology, y'all. Ink Dog, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you, beautiful and beloved friend. I wish you all the best of health, happiness, laughter, and love. You deserve all good things, and I care deeply about you. I'm happy I could catch you. I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but Ink Dog has also made some ASMR videos. It's been a while, but there's this one in particular that she made years ago that involved pouring, I think it was like Epsom salts and water, and she has this like perfect improvised combination of like professionalism and humor, and it's just the sweetest, most relaxing thing. And I have this whole playlist that I should share with y'all of some of my old classic favorites, and that's one of them. And I might just come back to it like once a year or so, but when I do, it's like coming back to an old friend, and it's just the best. Okay. Yeah, there's a Lola song from the Kinks. There are a few Lola songs out there. There's the Kinks, there's the musical Damn Yankees, there's not many people mention this one, but there's a song that mentions the name Lola by Jeff Buckley. It's a really good song. Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to try and squeeze in a question before we get to the wrap up part? Hi, Rude Gerbil. It's wind down alert. Yeah. My clock says we have about 2 more minutes. Less than that. Are there ASMR conventions and would you attend? Kind of. There's an annual one that happens. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name. If you just look up ASMR convention on Twitter, there's an annual online one that I would love to be involved in next time it happens. As far as an in-person one, I would love to. It's just they don't really happen. Maybe a VidCon some year. Okay. Is the protagonist of the Commune series an undercover cop? I had never thought of that. This is where the Commune series kind of gets me in trouble because I love leaving my role plays, a lot of my role plays, to be pretty open-ended because I really want you, the viewer, to kind of be the co-writer. I want you to insert details and make it work in the way you want it to. So with something like the commune where I do multiple episodes, it's tough to keep it open-ended with each episode because I have to add more and more detail. Angela Reyes says, imagine a convention with everyone just waving hands and flashlights and just whispering at each other while waiting in line for overpriced hot dogs. Or Kool-Aid Man. Hi, Deadly Center 88. Cat Alex says, I'm about to pass out. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Have you been feeling good lately with your content, what you're doing? I'll just keep it short. Yeah, I've been generally feeling really good about things. There's still a lot of ways I want to grow and improve, but I feel like I'm on the right track. Okay, so I want you all to know that I'm gonna stop looking at the comments at this point. Thank you so much to everyone who's been commenting. Hold on, I'm gonna try and take my necklace off here. Thank you so much for all of you just coming to hang out with me and all the beautiful comments you've been leaving me. It's been such a treat. What a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. I have had such a wonderful evening with you. I'm so glad I decided to do this. I should clearly do it more often. I always enjoy it so much, and you're always also wonderful. Oh, what I would like to do. Oh, thank you, Dave. Okay, thank you all. Thank you all for the Mother's Day wishes. I really appreciate it. Okay, I am actually going to even just adjust the window so that I can't see the chat. Okay, I couldn't see it if I wanted to now. All right. Oh my gosh, I just made the whole window disappear. All right, here we go. So, I haven't sweated off too much mascara. That's pretty cool. It looks like there are 179 of you still here. That's really, really cool. Thank you for being here. So I've said goodbye to the comments section for the evening. Of course, you all can continue leaving comments, and I'll check them out later on the replay, or I'll try to. It's been a long stream. What I'm going to do now to wrap things up is I'm going to transition into an actual ASMR session. As someone requested earlier, we're going to do kind of like a sleep hypnosis countdown kind of thing. Okay. So, for those of you who aren't so super familiar, I just want to remind you, or I guess assure you if you didn't know, that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. You can't be hypnotized against your will. Hypnosis isn't something that's going to make you act in a way against your will or make you do anything that would make you feel unsafe or unsafe or compromised. Goodness, I'm tired. Hypnosis is just a gentle way of focusing your mind. I think of hypnosis kind of like going on a long road trip, and I'm so tired, and I've been driving the car for hours and hours and hours and hours. use a little break. And so I'm letting someone else drive the car for a little bit. Someone I trust. So that's what we're going to do here. If you'd like to participate, is we're gonna pull over. You're gonna shimmy over into the passenger seat. I guess it's a bench seat in the front. And I'm gonna get out, walk around the front, and get into the driver's seat. And you can just sit back and go for a ride. I'm gonna keep us safe. I'm gonna get us to where we want to be. And I'm gonna drive for a little bit. I'm gonna take the wheel, and I'm gonna get you to a safe, deep, comfortable sleep. Okay? All right. So, just as a disclaimer, I'm not a trained hypnotherapist. I am someone who's watched a lot of hypnosis content on YouTube. So I'm not a professional, but I know what I like and I know what works for me. So that's what we're going to do, okay? I have this absolutely beautiful necklace. There is an incredibly beautiful and talented woman named Jen Parrish who works for, she doesn't work for a company, she is a company called Parrish Relics, and she creates jewelry, and I love her jewelry. It's absolutely gorgeous. Parrish Relics, this isn't a paid promotion, I just have admired her work for like 20 years now or something. Parrish Relics. And she does very unique, kind of hard to get jewelry. And this is a beautiful bottle. I don't know if you can see it, but it says hope. It's got a little crystal. Can you see the gorgeous detail? Just absolutely beautiful. And this is easily one of the most special pieces of jewelry I own. I don't own a lot, but this is one of my favorites. So, hope. That's what I'm going to be using, okay? So, let me stretch out my arms. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take a look at this beautiful little glass bottle here with hope inside of it. Okay. I'm going to begin swinging it from side to side. I'm going to ask you to fix your eyes on the bottle. It's going to move fast, and it's okay if you struggle to keep up. The point isn't to match it exactly. The point is just to try. That's all you have to do. Just relaxing and calmly trying is enough. So I'm going to ask you, assuming you're one of my sighted viewers, to keep your eyes on the bottle. This beautiful little tiny glass bottle with hope in it. Watch it moving from side to side. Your eyes calmly keeping up as best they can. I'm going to use this to guide you into a state of deep, comfortable hypnosis. This is the part of the hypnosis session that we call the induction, where you transition from a regular conscious state to a more relaxed, suggestible, subconscious state, warm and relaxed and safe. So, as you watch the bottle with hope in it, swinging from side to side, we're going to start counting down. And I'm sleepy too. I apologize if I skip any numbers. And I'm going to ask that you imagine that you're standing in a place that looks very much like you're standing in the clouds. Your footing is sturdy and secure and soft. All around you is this kind of foggy, soft, pale, ephemeral softness. Blue sky everywhere, soft breeze passing over your skin. And you realize that you're standing on the top of a staircase. What are those stairs made out of? Look at them. Are they wooden? Are they brass? Are they iron? Are they glass? Are they made out of vines or crystals or something else entirely? What do they look like? Whatever they're made of, you can tell that they are sturdy and safe, and something about them looks like it would feel so good on your feet. You see that there are 15 steps down, and you can't quite see where they lead to, but you know you want to go down. So we're going to start going down the steps. You're going to take a deep breath first, breathing in and out. And whether you can walk or whether your body moves in some other way, you move down a step. So you go from 15 to 14 down. And the very cool air around you swirls around your body. It's as though you're stepping down into the clouds. The air feels just a hint warmer. So from 15 to 14, you move down to the next step. 13. You take another deep breath in and out. Perfect. You're doing so well. You move down to the next step. 12. The step feels strong and sturdy beneath you. You feel supported and safe, but also excited to find out what you're headed toward. Take another deep breath. You move down to the next step, 12. And in between these breathing instructions, please feel free to breathe normally, however is comfortable for you. The cool air that has been swirling around you feels again just a little bit warmer. And you move down to the next step, 12. Good. You're doing so well. Take another deep breath in and out. You move down to the next step, 11. Good. You realize you can almost see through the cloud-like fog around you to see what's below. You're excited. And you take another step down, 10. You step down again, 9. And now you can begin to see below you sand, palm trees, stones, lush plants, a freshwater river, more like a stream, trickling through the trees, through the sand, and into the ocean that surrounds the beautiful sandy beach below you. Moving down, 10 to 9 to 8. Take another deep breath in and out. The air around you is still cool, but you can begin to feel a kind of warmth radiating up from the sand below you. You move down to the next step, 7. Good. You're doing so well. Moving down again, 6. And now you're quite close to the sandy beach below. You can hear the sound of gentle waves rolling against the sand on the beach. You move down 7 to 6, 6 to 5, 5 to 4, getting closer and closer. The warmth from the sand below on the sunny beach travels up to your body, while the cool breeze still swirls around you. You take another deep breath and out. Down to the next step, 3. Down to the next step, 2. You move down to the next step, 1. And again, down. You are now safely on a warm, sandy beach. You can hear the sounds of a gentle ocean all around you. You can smell the salt air. Waves of gentle ocean scent traveling into your senses in rhythm with the sound of the waves. The sand beneath you is warm, and you can feel that warmth traveling up your body, your legs, your hips, your pelvis and buttocks, your tummy, your lower back, your abdomen and chest. The warmth from the sand traveling up your body, up your chest, down your arms and into your hands, up your neck, passing gently over your throat and the back of your neck, over your face, and the back of your head. The beautiful, gentle warmth, soothing and relaxing every little muscle in your body. You feel so warm and so safe. You face the trees at first, a palm forest with beautiful, lush vegetation down on the ground. You love the sound of the breeze as it travels off the ocean, over the beach, through the trees. You see so much lush, warm green, something that feels exciting but safe, somewhere you know that you'll learn new things, but where you won't have to be afraid. Slowly, you turn around so that your back is to the trees and you look out at the vast blue ocean. You look to your left and you slowly turn your head to the right. Beautiful rolling blue waves all the way out to the sky. And then you notice a ways out, there's something in the water, something small, shining in the sun. There's a glint of sunlight sparkling off it, as it bobs up and down in the waves. The waves carry it closer and closer to you. You feel curious and excited. As each wave carries the item closer, you realize it's a glass bottle. A glass bottle with a round, stout body and a long, graceful neck, with a kind of cork in the top of it to keep the water out. The bottle comes closer and closer with each wave that gently crashes on the beach until it's close enough that you can almost reach it. You can't wait. You're so curious. So you move forward in the warm sand into the shallow water. You think that the water might be cold, but it's not. It's very pleasantly cool. It feels wonderful as the waves move toward you. You feel that cool, wonderful water just splashing over you a tiny bit. It's lovely. From where you're standing, or from where you are, you can reach out now and grab the bottle. So you do. You pick it up. And right there, where you are, you hold it. The glass of the bottle feels cool from the water. You can see that there's a rolled up piece of paper inside the bottle. You wonder what it is. Is it some kind of message meant just for you? Carefully, slowly, you remove the cork stopper from the bottle and you tilt the bottle so that the neck is down and so that the rolled up cylinder of paper inside begins to slide out the neck of the bottle. You catch the piece of paper in one hand and carefully you place the empty bottle and the cork stopper on the sand just behind you. And then, firmly taking the piece of rolled up paper, this beautiful, mysterious parchment cylinder, you take it and you unroll it and you see a message written on the paper. It's meant for you only. It's something that you need to be told right now. What does it say? After reading the message, you hold it to your chest. This is something you'll never forget. This is important. This is just for you. And then you notice, just up the beach a little bit, a hammock strung between two trees in the shade. You make your way over to the hammock. It's a nice big one. It looks really soft and sturdy and comfortable. There's also a very soft, light, gauzy kind of blanket inside of it. You carefully move your body onto the hammock. You stretch yourself out and arrange your body so that you feel so wonderfully comforted and supported and held by the hammock. It rocks very gently in the breeze, in the beautiful, cool breeze, in rhythm with the sound of the waves and the breeze moving through the trees. You take that special message, the one that came all this way just for you. You hold it to your body. And then you take that lovely, light, gauzy blanket. You pull it over your body. It feels wonderful, magical even. It's so soft and comforting. It makes you feel so safe. It has just the right amount of weight and softness exactly how you like it. And as you hold that message to you, and as your hammock holds you and sways back and forth in the breeze, you feel yourself starting to drift off to sleep. Your eyelids become heavy, and in this moment, if I may join you, you hear just my gentle, caring voice guiding you to sleep. 10. Your eyelids are getting heavier. Your whole body feeling warm and heavy, safe and relaxed. 9. Eight. Deeper and deeper into relaxation. 7. You feel so safe. You feel so good, so relaxed. 6. Sinking deeper and deeper into safe, cozy sleep. 5. You're doing so well. Deeper and deeper. Warm and heavy, safe and relaxed. 4. 3. 2. Warm and safe. Safe and relaxed. Sinking deep, deep into a wonderful sleep. 1. Sleep. Relax and sleep. Safe and warm. Cozy. Wonderful sleep.